Who exactly is God? And why is Krishna that God? First, we have to know the definition of God. One who has 6 kinds of opulences in full to an unlimited degree: wisdom, beauty, fame, power, wealth, and renunciation. Such a person is called God. If you know such a person who has these opulences in full, then you know who is God. Otherwise, you are living in darkness. The Vedic scriptures are the oldest known to man, and the only scriptures that completely describe God, His history, His qualities, description, how He creates and maintains, and so on. That God is Lord Sri Krishna. Does God have a form? Some people believe that God is formless and thus cannot be seen. Does it make any sense to follow someone who has never been seen and who will never be seen? You have a form, I have a form, even the plants and animals have a form. And if God can give us a form, then why can't He take a form for Himself? Are we greater than God? How can we have something, namely a form, that God doesn't have? God is all-powerful, and so He can do anything, including having a form. God is all-merciful, and to prove that, He takes birth among us, to live, eat, and play with us. God is all-loving, and to prove that, He satisfies all our desires, including our wish to see Him. People say that God is great, but unfortunately they do not know how great God actually is. For instance, Lord Krishna in His Mahavishnu form has millions of universes coming out of His body with every exhalation. And with every inhalation, millions of universes enter back into His body. There are trillions of planets, all with living beings, and the highest planet in the material creation is called Satyaloka, where one single day is 8.64 billion Earth years, and the lifespan of the living beings on Satyaloka is trillions of years. The sun is situated in one place, but the sunshine is distributed everywhere throughout the universe. Similarly, Lord Krishna is situated in one place, but He is also present on each of the trillions of planets. He is present in the heart of every living being as the Supersoul, and He is also present within the atom. This is how great God is. So what does God look like? This question can only be answered by the Vedic scriptures. Lord Krishna's original form is just like that of a human being. Even the Christian Bible states that man is made in the image and likeness of God. This means that God is a person with 2 hands, 2 legs, and so on. That person is Lord Krishna. His complexion is dark blue like that of a rain-filled cloud. His eyes are like the lotus petal. He is ever youthful. He's full of bliss, and his beauty excels thousands of cupids. He likes to play the flute. He wears a peacock feather in his crown. He wears the Kaustuba gem around his neck, and he wears yellow garments. The next question is, can God be worshipped in an image form? For millions of years, humans have been worshiping God in an image form. So why is it all of a sudden it's wrong to worship God in an image form? God has been creating humans who worship him in the image form for millions of years. Is God a fool? God created the rules for humans to follow at the time of creation billions of years ago, and not just a few thousand years ago. The Vedic knowledge is passed down from Lord Vishnu, who was an incarnation of Krishna, at the time of creation to Lord Brahma, the first living created being. Then Brahma passed it down to his children, and so on in disciplic succession, down to the most recent prophet of God, namely Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON. The Vedic religion is based on unlimited prophets and not just one. God is unlimited and all-powerful, and so he can send unlimited prophets, not just one. It is important to understand that the Vedic scriptures authorize God's image, thus Lord Krishna's deity, to be worshipped, and not just any image. There is only one living being who very strongly declared himself as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and that person is Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna declared himself as the Supreme Father. Quote, "It should be understood that all species of life, O son of Kunti, are made possible by birth in this material nature, and that I am the seed-giving Father." We find that in the 14th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Lord Krishna also declared himself as the Supreme Creator. Furthermore, O Arjuna, I am the generating seed of all existence. There is no being moving or unmoving that can exist without me. And that is also in the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Lord Krishna declared himself as the Supreme Controller. I give heat and I withhold and send forth the rain. That we find in the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Then he says, with a single fragment of myself I pervade and support this entire universe. That is found in the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Lord Krishna declared himself as the supreme maintainer. I enter into each planet, and by my energy they stay in orbit. That's in the 15th chapter. Lord Krishna is omnipresent, meaning that he is present everywhere. I am the super soul, O Arjuna, seated in the hearts of all living entities. I am the beginning, the middle, and end of all beings. That is found in chapter 10. Lord Krishna is omnipotent, meaning that he is the greatest. There is no truth beyond me. Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a thread. That we find in chapter 7. Lord Krishna is omniscient, meaning he knows past, present, and future. O Arjuna, I know everything that has happened in the past, all that is happening at present, and all things that are yet to come. I also know all living entities. And that is in the 7th chapter. Many, many births both you and I have passed. I can remember all of them, but you cannot. That was in chapter 4. Lord Krishna declared himself as the only God. Those who are devotees of other gods and who worship them with faith actually worship only me, O son of Kunti, but they do so in a wrong way. I am the only enjoyer and master of all sacrifices. Therefore, those who do not recognize my true transcendental nature fall down. 9th chapter.